The panel is comprised of people with broad experience, and they have a lot of expertise in different areas. And so I think what the audience will glean from this group is really a broad perspective on how EU MDR is impacting not only quality and how companies manage quality management systems, but also how we're navigating regulatory requirements in the EU and how that impacts regulatory requirements and ability to have products approved globally. It's been kind of an evolving process at Integra. Originally, at least when I started, I've been there for 2 years, we had a regulatory intelligence group, but it was a little bit more ad hoc, and we've made a point to formalize the process of how we engage with new requirements that are being released around the globe. So we have a formal process now that we are bringing in new regulations, reviewing them, and then assessing them across all of our products. It's still a process that is extremely difficult. Ideally, we use outside firms to help us with navigating all of the new requirements and what is actually new or revised, but it's kind of a work in progress, I would say. Yeah, I think there's actually a lot of examples, probably. Some of them are probably more specific than others. I would say that from a quality perspective, if you think about it from that perspective, when you have a product that maybe has a quality issue, every country seems to have different requirements of how to actually manage either a recall or whether it's a field action or how you actually disposition the product in the field, right? So it's an extremely difficult task to manage the requirements from a quality perspective from country to country. So I think navigating it from a quality perspective and navigating different requirements globally is pretty difficult and tricky. You need a team that can be and that is knowledgeable from country to country and has those relationships with regulatory authorities on how to actually navigate various requirements. From a regulatory perspective, if you look at EU MDR and launching new products, whether it's specifically for the EU or globally, what I have found to work the best is actually identifying what countries you actually want to be launching in from the very beginning, so that you can make sure you're not only meeting the regulatory requirements, but you're also meeting quality management system requirements and those sort of things from the beginning, and you're not actually having to redo things later. I would say it's not getting any less complex. I would say if anything, it's getting more complex. I think that there's a very large opportunity in a couple areas. One is what I call regulatory operations. So people who know me will know that I'm very passionate about building foundations. So that's a RIM system. It's a AdProm platform that's centralized. It's data management, an electronic QMS system, and that sort of thing. And I think that there's a very significant need for people that have regulatory knowledge to be in that space. And then I also think for regulatory affairs, the digital requirements globally are ever changing. And I think we will more and more need regulatory affairs professionals that are specialized in digital regulations, not only in the US, but the EU and globally, including AI and how that's actually regulated in different countries. So far it's been excellent. I would say the nice thing about this particular conference is the ability to network, to have kind of one-on-one discussions with individuals, not only attendees, but people that are in the exhibit halls and vendors and that sort of thing. So that's been a really great experience.